Today, I'm live with Lori. Lori prepares a tangy dish, lemon chicken, and talks with State Representative Jason Brodeur. Coming up now, I'm live with Lori.
Welcome to Live with Lori. Today our guest is State Representative Jason Brodeur. Jason was elected to the House in 2010 and re-elected in 2012. His background is in healthcare, working as a consultant, and he graduated from University of Florida. And like myself, he's something of a rarity, an actual Florida native. Please welcome State Representative Jason Brodeur. Hi, Jason.
Hi, Lori. How are you?
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You know, you got elected to your second term, so you're ready to go, huh?
Very fortunate. Yes, I did recently. That's true.
I think that's fantastic.
Thank you.
Today we're going to cook lemon chicken, and I heard from your parents who are here in the audience today, and we're happy to have you here, that you love lemon chicken.
I do. That is true.
You're in luck.
This is great.
Now you know how to cook it. I've got the chicken already started frying, and I'm going to ask you to cut that onion up.
Okay.
What got you interested in politics?
You know, when I was in college, I had a group of friends who were interested in joining the Student Senate, and I didn't know anything about it, and they had asked me if I was interested in learning about it, and I said no, and we had a problem where we lived about lights behind our house.
Okay.
And when they asked me what to do about it, I didn't know, so they went and they petitioned the Student Senate, and the Student Senate made an appropriation, and lo and behold, we got lights behind the house. And so we thought, well, if it's that easy, and these guys could do it, maybe I could do it. So I had gotten my start early in college, went off to work for several years, and then I guess the bug never leaves. And so here I am now in the House, and I'm happy to serve the same way, constituents with issues, trying to solve those for them.
Now, what school? Were you at school?
I was at the University of Florida, that's correct.
So you really are a humble
I really am. Born in Daytona
boy.
Beach, born and raised in Florida, and went to school here as well.
Well, I think that's great, because I was born in New Smyrna, so.
Right down the road.
It's
not quite Halifax, but it'll do.
Actually, the hospital I was born at no longer exists.
Ah.
You know, now that you're starting your second term, what do you think? How do you think it's going to be different from your first term?
I think what is mostly different is a lot of folks really know their policies backwards and forwards when they get elected, but one of the things you don't really learn until you get there are the procedures. And so your first 2 years, you spend time learning where the bathroom is, and you learn, I've now got a permanent dry cleaner, which is a new thing from the first 2 years. But one of the things they don't tell you is when you've got a great bill and you're getting it through the process, what do you do if somebody makes a motion to table your bill at the second reading of the second committee stuff? There are procedures involved in the House that, and in the Senate as well, that can hold up a bill from getting passed, even if it's a great idea, even if everyone loves it. There may be somebody who makes a motion to, like I said, either table the bill. There may be somebody that makes a motion to retain the bill in committee. And if you don't know the procedures behind the process of getting a bill to move through committees to the floor, very, very good ideas are likely to die because of procedural things. So I think in my second term, being armed with a lot more of the procedural knowledge is going to be help me be a lot more successful.
Now, so I would guess that having been elected for your second term after getting through your first, term limits are not a big. You're not a big fan of them.
I'm not a big fan of term limits. I understand when folks say, you know, we got to kick the bums out because we're not happy with government. That may be true of a handful of folks. Or you read a couple news stories. But I will tell you, after having served with a lot of these folks, there are wonderful individuals who are exceptionally competent. And in an era with term limits, it never addresses the term limits of either lobbyists or staff. So if you get a capital full of elected people who have not been there more than 6, 7 years, and all of the staff have been there 20 years, and all the lobbyists have been there 20 years, nobody has any institutional memory except for the lobbyists and the staff.
Right.
So we are constitutionally tasked with making decisions for the state of Florida, but the only people we have to ask about history are the staff and the lobbyists. And I think that's not good. I think if you're an elected official and your job is to make these decisions on behalf of the state of Florida, there are some wonderful people who have given their lives, dedicated their lives to serving the citizens of the state of Florida, and it would be wonderful to have them there for longer.
I had a guest on that said, you know, we have term limits, they're called elections.
That you also get what people have talked about before, where we pick our speakers before they serve their first term.
Yeah, I gotta ask you, how
Sure.
does that work? Because that seems a little odd that you're going to pick somebody to be a speaker
Sure.
that hasn't really been reelected yet. I mean, it could be that they may not get elected.
Well, what ends up happening is, you know, because there are 4 two-year terms, you essentially have a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior class. And so all the freshmen get together and elect their class president. And when everyone becomes a senior, that person becomes speaker. And that really is another outcropping of term limits. If we didn't have term limits, we wouldn't see that happen.
Can we put those onions? Can you just be careful, because I don't want you to get burned.
All
So
right.
we're just going to throw
Here we
those
go.
in there. We have to take a break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about a subject that seems to be on everybody's mind these days, school funding. So don't go away, because we're here with Jason Brodeur and we're cooking lemon chicken.
When we come back, Representative Jason Brodeur tries to find where the money's going in our school system.